I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I step like I'm Eno. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. At a genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
We're ready. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second and 11 now. Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But
and the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tack McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They look to throw. It's Locke. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On third and long, it's Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't...
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Lock going to throw. He'll try and run it. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
11.
Throwing again. Ryan. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Now, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. And taken right on the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
Here we go. Set.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
You got nothing left. You got nothing. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18.
Here we go. 50, play. Check three. Jump. Weapon.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
6 man. Check girls.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Coverage by Keanu Neal.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
He was brought down by Vic Beasley.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Clock now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6? And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ryan to the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. The tackle made by Todd Davis.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd down and 5 at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 5 now. Ryan. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Ryan. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Jason Sanders on for the
The kick by Sanders is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes.
Now a hit and a loose football. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 12 yards there on a first down. Ryan now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Complete to Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On third down, Devontae Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sanders' kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Locke. And this one complete to Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, exit. Get it.
Clock now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Check. Mike 27. 3 bucks. Shift. Watch the shift.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To throw it is Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Locke now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Locke's going to sneak it, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to 4th. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. On 1st down, it's Lindsey. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Locke. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks.
But pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
That's the 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Gets it off to Freeman. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman. He scored on the ground and through the air, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will tie things at 20 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. They'll go again with Lindsey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Break. Mike the smooth. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Throwing his lock on third down. He completes this to Sutton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
Watch the ship. 6-6. Pull it high. Watch the ship. 10.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Another run by Lindsey. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Now a play fake here on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They come out here in the I. They come up on a first and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
That false start costly. Moves them back to the 9 now, first and goal. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They look to throw. It's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. McManus's point after is good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down now, it's Freeman. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And that is no good. Wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Boy, so a chance to take the lead here in this fourth quarter, but he couldn't get this one on target.
Everything looked good. The snap, the hold, even the distance. The only thing off,
and he's into the clear. The 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Going to throw right side here, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brings up third and 1.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Here's Ryan. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Jones. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
You see me out here. That's why we can't be stopped.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. After the turnover, here's Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a tough turnover there, as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, first and goal. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a two-point conversion. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. One last shot for Ryan. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
Nice hit, boy.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Take over first and 10.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They'll run on first down. Freeman. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Freeman again. And an alley to run. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of the play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. What can Locke do with his drive? Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
First down, Denver.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a carry for Lindsey. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And an alley to run. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. 7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This from 54 yards away. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Broncos, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.